What's up? This is the objective jerk, and I'm said jerk. How's everybody doing? Uh, Hope everybody's doing well, getting their steps in. Hanging on to their diet, going to the gym, whichever. I got my coffee press here because my coffee pot, which is only like 3 months old or something, quit working. It's like it's plugged in and the light switch lights up, but it doesn't brew the coffee. It's like the third coffee pot that we've had here. I don't know, things before I get into what I'm talking about, which is the craziness that's going on in the Philippines. It's kind of like the same stuff that was going on in the States, but it's different. Um, but before I get into that, I just want to reiterate how retarded Filipinos are when it comes to like consumer products and things like that. Like they just I've said it before. I know I've said it before, but generally when you go to a store, whether it's buying, clothing or tools or I don't know, whatever, you're at the mall, you ask the salesman information and what's good and what isn't. And yeah, like in the States, somebody might kind of fib a little bit because they're told, hey, we got to sell these, and they get, commission or something. That's what they don't have here. They don't have commission. I think they need to. But so I was looking to buy a sprayer, a jug that you put stuff in. Like for me, it's like because algae builds up like crazy during the rainy season. So I want to put some chlorine and some water, pump, spray, the driveway and all this kind of stuff. Because I pressure wash, which takes forever, but I pressure washed like a month or so ago, and it's already the algae's back again. So it's like, gosh. So I go to a True Value at the mall, and they got like I want to say two different kind of pump things, and this one was like Eagle whatever, and I was like, is this a good one? Is this a good brand? Oh yeah. It's garbage, man. It sucks. Nothing works. It couldn't keep a seal. It wouldn't hold the air pressure. The plastic is all crap. I'm so like frustrated and tired of having only shit products to choose from. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I've said it before. It's like the products that we get here that you get in the States, like my kids' shoes, like some Vans or something, right? I I have no proof. I have no idea, but I would. I'm pretty close that I would bet my life that because all of it's made in the same place, right? So China makes their Vans, right? They got this quality control person doing the inspection, and they're like, this isn't quite good enough for American standards. Let's send it to the Philippines. All these ones that are they're pretty good. They're enough to go out, but not to America. And America gets the better quality. Not always, I guess, but it just quality of stuff here is just horrible, man. Like screws and nail, just certain things. It's just like it's very very frustrating. So yeah, so that's what I was doing, and so the coffee pot. That's how the whole started. So my coffee pot's out, and I'm just like, God, it's only like 3 months old. So now I'm using my French press, which makes a better cup of coffee anyway. I don't know why I don't just use it more often. I don't think I'm gonna buy another coffee pot. I'll probably just buy an espresso machine because I had an espresso machine and that went out about a year ago now. Um, so yeah, there's that. But yeah, so that's what's kind of going on with me. I This is the first time I've used up all my allotted time for my podcast, my platform, my website, Buzzsprout, which is what the platform that I use to record my podcast. And you can go and visit it, the website and everything. But Buzzsprout, that's what I use. Let me press down the plunger. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Yeah, the French press does make a better cup of coffee, man. It's just it doesn't stay hot for as long, and it's not as big, obviously. So, but here I go. Look at that. Ooh, some good sweet nectar. Okay, nice and hot. Now my fingers stuck. I got this little teeny cup. My fingers all stuck in it. Anyway, all right. So yeah, so the Philippines, right? Okay. I know I talked about there was a small time, I guess you could call him a politician. He was in charge of some barangay stuff. I don't know. I've told you before the barangay captain. So they have neighborhoods which are called barangays, and they have barangay captains. So they have people that are kind of in charge of those neighborhoods. So if you have a problem, you go to them and they deal with, somebody else or whatever. So it's kind of like low level politics, right? Which I think is actually kind of a cool concept. But a lot of the barangay captains here are lazy pieces of shit and they don't do nothing. They just collect the money, basically. Case in point, there was a little bit of construction going on a road. And they had it blocked off. They just threw like some sticks and twigs and bamboo to block people from driving over it. But there's no signs, there's no light, no reflective nothing. And people were like running into it. You know what I mean? So my wife was like, what the crap? Because it's kind of a pet peeve for her, because she's been to the States and she sees how, in the States they have the Department of Transportation and everything. They make sure that there's signs and caution and all that kind of stuff. They don't do that here. And so she went to the barangay captain, and it was 7 o'clock at night. The dude was shit-faced. He's driving around on a moped with no helmet on, and he just like berates her, and what's your problem? Like, he gets all pissed off, and it's like, she's just trying to like help, So it's like I said, it's a nice concept, but a lot of them that we've dealt with are just pieces of shit. If you're a barangay captain listening to this, let me know. Anyway, so there was over a year now. I talked about it on a podcast, like a barangay but he wasn't a captain, but he was like a higher up for barangay captains or something like that. Well, he got gunned down not far from where I live. Died. Nothing ever happened afterward. I don't, if you look up, there's no reports, no nothing. Just the immediate, this is what happened, and then they just disappears. It's gone. So, that leaves me to think that it's political. It's a political assassination, basically. You know what I mean? And they're covering it up, basically. Well, so there's some towns, some small towns that we've driven through. When I say we, me and my family or my wife, and like back road kind of country roads. And she'll be like, hey, just so you know, this town here is a lot of people that are killers for hire. Meaning, if you want to hire somebody to kill someone, you go to this town and there's somebody there that will do it. You know what I mean? And this has just been going on forever. That's what they do, right? And I think I talked about how there was a woman who was taking the bus to like Manila or something, and then there was a shooter on the bus. They waited for a certain time when her and her husband were asleep, and there comes a stop. The guy comes up like he's getting off the bus, and he just pop, 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 caps him right there. They didn't even know it hit him, and they left. You know what I mean? It was all caught on the camera on the bus. So, I mean, it's not like an epidemic. I mean, but it does happen at least once a year. And I'm just talking about my area. I mean, it could be, I'm not talking about all over. Maybe not quite once a year, but I would bet, though, if you were to, just on average. Anyway, so there's all that, right? And then you have the stuff that's going on right now in the news. So you have politicians and contractors who, contracted flood relief, or what do they call it? It's, the typhoons, they cause a lot of flooding. So they're trying to build drainages and stuff like that to mitigate the flooding that happens. And so they're, all this money from the country, pay for these politicians, and they get the contractors, and they do these these jobs where they're building whatever. You see it all over the place. But the thing is like they half-ass it. Shit's not working right. It's not stopping the flooding, and people are getting pissed. So you have a lot of protests now in the Philippines. And I did talk about it briefly on I don't know if it was my last podcast or the one before. But there has been some violent protesting, burning this and that and stuff like that, right? And, one example of how they, what's the word I just lost? Like embezzle money, right? Is, so like there's like solar lights that they're putting up all over. Like they're putting them in, like just on my street in front of my house. They put them in like 2 years ago, and you're starting to see them a lot more. So the roads are lit up nice at night, right? Which is great. But the thing is like a lot of these people who are bidding these jobs, they will bid these jobs. The politician will get with the contractor. The contractor will bid like a solar light, so much money per solar light, right? And then it goes to the official, and then they approve it, and then they get going. The thing is, they bid it like 3 times or 5 times more than what it actually costs. So they submit that. They're all doing this together. They submit it, they get the money, they pay for the light, and then all the extra goes into the pockets of the politician and the contractor, right? So you see all these contractors driving around these nice cars and having these nice houses. And so it's, it's apparent that there's lots of corruption going on. And so people are pissed off, which is, that's, they have that right. And it's like, I agree, and it's just, it's really bad though. The politicians here are really, really, like all of them are just corrupt. Like that's the whole reason they get into politics here. Like I honestly believe there are people like in the States who think they're going to make a difference, and then they get in and they get, corrupted. Either they stay in, they get corrupted, or they get out, Here, just like they go into politics knowing that they're going to make money and they're going to be able to provide for their family and stuff like that. And it's not just that though, but they're going to make a lot of money, and they're going to, because you see these people, they just build these huge mansions and all this stuff, and it's just like, dude, what the hell, So that's kind of what's going on, right? Well, just recently, locally here, a contractor, I think it was a woman who was the contractor, she was just taken out like yesterday. She was assassinated, killed because of, all this stuff going on, right? And, a part of me is like, I don't, I'm not going to celebrate it like, woohoo, like some idiots do, but I'm not going to be like upset about it, right? Yeah, it's kind of, it's what you get, kind of, right? However, she's kind of like a contractor. What I think happened is the hit was put out by politicians that were involved with this person to silence her so that it couldn't get back to them. That's what I think happened. Could it be that people who were protesting and upset took it upon themselves? Yeah, I guess so. And that's what I would rather it be, so they're like, hey, if you're going to be corrupt and steal money from us and all this kind of stuff, this is what happens. But I don't think that's what happened. I think it was politicians trying to cover their butts. That's what I think. So yeah, it's crazy, it's crazy. I don't know what I mean, you hear about the stuff in the state. It's just, it's the same, but it's different. I don't know how to explain it, but I remember when I was talking to some friends about moving here, and they were just like, oh my gosh, dude, aren't you scared? Aren't you this, whatever, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I came here to visit and I got to see it. So I didn't just move here blindly, and I had, my wife, this is where my wife is from. So she knows people that, so it's not, I can understand like if I was single and I'm like, I'm just going to go to the Philippines. I'm going to move somewhere. I'm going to find me a wife and settle down. That's a little different. It's a little harder. But I don't know. You know, America's just as violent. Oh, everything is violent right now, man. There's only a couple. The countries that don't have this uptick in violence are the ones that have closed borders, no immigrants. You know what I mean? So what does that tell you? Let me see. So I'm on my free spoke, trying to look and see if there's anything about the Philippines going on. Zelensky, don't give a shit. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy receives 5-year prison sentence in Libya campaign financing case. Wait, isn't that what? No. Okay, it's a different one. Okay. How come other countries' presidents go, but never in the States? You notice that? People are like, yeah, Trump, blah, blah, blah. Dude, they didn't have nothing on Trump, okay? It was all smear campaign. If they had actual evidence of him, it would have, you know, oh, but it was whatever. It's like, dude, you had corrupt judges who were, you know, it's like, dude, it was a complete farce. And if you think otherwise, you're a moron. So, typhoon Ragasa hits China. Norwegian police investigates explosion in Oslo. Ukraine, Norway, dozens arrested. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Dozens arrested in clash near Philippine presidential palace as thousands protest corruption. So that's what's going on there. Can I click on this? So this is just the only story, and then it has the different news outlets that are reporting on it. But that's not, I'm going to see if there's anything about what I just said. Because I think it was just some stuff locally on Facebook. My wife saw it. And it's not like a friend told a friend. It was, you know, it was legit. So, maybe I should just try and search the Philippines, see what happens. Anonymously search the web. No, I want to search. I want to search just this news thing that I'm on, but it looks like it doesn't have. I can't. Probably because I'm not paying for it. I'm sure it's a lot more user friendly and have more options if I pay like a monthly whatever. Because there's this free spoke, and then there's another one I see all the time. But I use this one. What's that other one called? Ground News, I think. Yeah, Ground News is kind of the same thing. So you can look up stuff, and then you can look up, you know, each side. You can right, middle, left, like the articles, and see what they're saying and what they're reporting, and it helps you kind of really see the bias, and you know what I mean. And so it's kind of funny, I think. I mean, it's sad, but it's funny. Violent protests erupt in France over. Okay, no, I'm looking for anything Philippines. What is this? Well, while I'm looking for this, I'll talk about too. So there was an individual who was investigating the Epstein stuff, interviewing the various people, and a reporter, undercover reporter, who was honeypotting the guy, confessed some stuff that he found and learned and everything, and basically said what I've said and what a lot of people have said is, you know, Epstein was an asset or working for the CIA, and that Trump was not involved, but Trump is covering for people that were involved. And I said that a month ago or a couple weeks ago. I was like, I don't think, because if there was actual video and evidence of Trump humping a bunch of underage girls, they would have released that stuff so quick. So I was, you know, I came to the conclusion on my own that he's covering for other people. Maybe even being blackmailed to do it. I don't think so, though. I don't think you can blackmail Trump, man. Trump don't give a fudge. Okay, let me see. Let me try this again. Gosh dang it. I want to see. Where am I at on my time anyway? I gotta look. Crap. Come Come on. Night. Oh, I'm still. Okay, I got some time. All right, let's see. Philippine contractor assassinated. Let's see what comes up. Let's see. I should do this before I start recording, right? List of assassinations in the Philippines. It's a common thing. Palace orders through investigation on attempt against Negros-oriented contract. Why is there no date on there so I can see what's new? See, it looks like clash near Philippines. I saw that. Home professional learn no. 3 senators being probed for contractor donations. See, that's the thing too, is they're not releasing who did what. So it's like it doesn't become public knowledge so that they can still run for a public office. And that's what's bullshit. Have clean records. 4 out of 15. I'm not seeing anything. So it's talking about, contractor assassinated. Maybe I should try Facebook. Maybe I'll find it. All right, let's see. Contractor assassin. Let's see what comes up. Right here. Oh, so Philippine Star. Let's see. So here's some pictures. Looks like they were on a moped or something. Huh. August. Oh, wait, no, this is old. This is August 27th. Maybe that's what she was looking at. Let's see. The brazen assassination of the 58-year-old contractor in Negros Oriental demands an expeditious and meticulous investigation. The authorities must leave no stone unturned. But they do, man. They suck here. The police suck here. I'm sorry. Unturned in their pursuit of justice, scrutinize all potential motives, gathering and blah, 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 blah. Deployment of resource. Well, something a little more recent. Maybe that's what she saw, though. She didn't realize the date. I mean, let me see. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This has got a little more information. Angelito. So a 58-year-old engineer and contractor, Angelito, I don't know if that's male or female, a resident of the same town, was shot along the national highway in Sito Amanad, Barangay, San Francisco, Santa Catalina, Negros Oriental on Wednesday morning. According to the initial investigation by Santa Catalina Police Station, the victim was a male on his way to visit. I thought my wife said it was a female, though, so I'm thinking this is different. Was on his way to visit his quarry site in the area when an unidentified suspects riding a black Honda motorcycle shot him while he was driving his own motorcycle. .45 caliber firearm was used. Authorities are still verifying the motive, but a land dispute is being considered as a possible reason. Man, is that what she's talking about? She told me the whole story, but I feel like, I don't know, is that it? Man, she's like, don't talk about it on your Facebook, on your podcast. I'm like, man, whatever. I gotta talk. I'm trying to talk about stuff that is not in the States. I try and talk about things here in the Philippines because this is where I live now. This is my home. So, I'm not trying to bash on it necessarily, but let's see. Is there another son of a bee? Philippine contractor assassinated. $2025. Let's see if it even brings up that one I was talking about. Probably not. Local stuff here is not going to be. Nine escape from stripped of licenses. Dude, contractors are. I mean, that's good. They need to take their license. But the thing is, they need to go after the politicians that were involved too. Original kind of development shown in this picture. Hearing on alleged ghost flood control projects. Yes. So they're like, oh, we're going to do all this stuff. And then they didn't. They just kept the money. Yeah. Flood control scandal. Like, it's a huge deal over here, man. Through investigation, attempt against... Oh, wait. Hold on. Palace orders through investigation attempts Negros. So that's the one I was just talking about, I think. Philippine corruption probe. 3 senators being probed for... Yeah, see, they need to get the politicians, man. That's who they need to get. I hate politicians. I don't know. I think it must be just an age thing, you know. I think I talked about it before. When you're younger, you don't really care. You don't follow. I remember older people. I can't remember who, like if it was my dad or uncle or something, you know, be like, politicians, God, man. You always hear that, like jokes and lawyers and everything. All right. So, yeah, August 29th. So this is a month ago, roughly. So let's see. This has got a little more information, I think. Oh, man. It's in... Oh, wait, no. Here we go. I thought it was in Filipino. Malacanang denounced the murder attempt on a contractor in Negros Oriental last Wednesday amid the investigation into alleged... So he wasn't killed? Presidential Communications Office understood it in Palace Press, blah, blah, blah. Officer Clara Castro said President asked the Philippine National Police to heighten peace in order to... okay, that's in Tagalog. The quote... A contractor was critically wounded after being shot by an unidentified... Oh, so he wasn't killed. Unidentified motorcycle riding suspect on the highway. Police investigation assassination attempt is ongoing. Is it, though? Amid the continuing probe, Castro reiterated hold those accountable. Meanwhile, Malacanang, I'm saying it wrong, but welcome the public's active involvement in combating corruption by reporting substandard or non-existent flood control projects. The thing is, nobody reports this because they pay. I talked about it before. When people are running for office here, the local stuff, they give people money. Oh, here's, 10,000 pesos. Vote for me. But then it's like, dude, you're getting screwed, though. You're voting for the wrong person, man. It's annoying. So, I think my wife thought... She must have read that. But I thought she said it was a female contractor. I might be wrong. Dang it. I don't want to give out wrong information. That's what I'm trying to find. I should ask her. I'm going to ask her. But she's probably going to be like... Hold on. Let's see. What are the details regarding the contractor that was assassinated that you told me about? She's going to say something like, don't do your podcast. It's like, well, I'm not, I'm not saying that. I'm just reading what's going on, It's not like I have this huge audience in the Philippines. I'm not like the Joe Rogan of the Philippines or, I mean, I do have people that listen to me in the Philippines, but let's see. So I'm right on my thing right now. So looking at all episodes. I mean, not bad, I guess. So 22% of the downloads of my total downloads are from Asia. And most of them are from Singapore. 3% is from the Philippines. So I don't have like this huge audience in the Philippines. Right, because I talk shit about... I like it here. I know it. Come on. You know what? I don't know. I don't know what to say. I like it here. Oh, here we go. Oh, she sent me the... Oh, man, I think it just happened in the log. Excuse me. What'd she do? Okay. Ooh. Update. Big Kitty. Oh, man, it's in Filipino. I don't know it. Son of a bitch. What? What? Oh, man. What is this crap? No, so this just happened. So this just happened. Oh my gosh, dude. What? I can't even do anything with it. I can't click anything. Can English, please? So it's in the log. It looks like, which is pretty close to it. So there was another one. It looks like I'm trying to get, because the link that she sent me is, I can't, just give me the name so I can look it up, because I'm only finding one attempted a month ago. My dog is whining. Did she use the bathroom? Come on, you're killing me. What's up? Trying to do a podcast, dog. All right, good job. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. So, I talked about how Shih Tzus suck. They're hard to train. Very sweet, loving, loyal dogs, but they're dumb. But this female one, she was just, getting my attention and letting me know that she needed to use the bathroom, or she wanted to go outside anyway. So, which is good. But now I'm gonna have to edit that out, that little break. I've been having to do that in a lot of my my last like 3 podcasts, which is not that hard, but I just like not having to do that. All right, so she gave me a name, so I'm gonna look it up. See what comes up. Something broke on my flip-flop. The thing came out. Are you kidding me right now? Man. That sucks. All right. Was a Surinamese military convicted drug traffic. What? Jose. No. Travis County. Let me see. Okay. Let's do this. Philippines. Oh man, typo. Son of a. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I don't think it's gonna come up. Let's see, because it seems like it's kind of recent. And all right. Let's see. Registered name. No. What is that? Carrying heavy load. Blah blah blah. Son of a. Okay, let's try this. Killed. Okay, can I type? Jeez, man. I think I always spell the log wrong. All right, let's see. Okay, they don't have. After engaging policemen serving a warrant. Why is there no dates on here? This is so annoying. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have to go to Google, unfortunately. Oh crap, do I have Google? I'm gonna have to do it on my phone, I think. Son of a copy. Let's see. I think I took Google off my computer because I don't know. I'm trying to make stuff. 46. Yeah, so I think it is a female. Let's see, news. Man, there ain't nothing. So what is this crap that she's doing? So this person has a TikTok. No, that person's young. I don't think that's videos. That's not the same, right? Come on, man. This is annoying. Great podcast, Blake. I just said my name. I need to delete that. Great podcast, you jerk. Well, that is in the name. Read the name, punk. All right. Okay, here we go. Shooting. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Got it. Sort of. There's not a lot of information. May your soul rest in peace. Justice for you, Ate. Shooting incident in Dinger. Yeah, so that's not very far from where I live. Update. Again, it's not in English. Let's see. So it just happened. Okay, so this is an after edit. I just got done. I basically finished off the podcast with a little bit of additional information. I was able to translate, but it wasn't a whole lot. So I just cut the end off. I'm just re-recording the end part because my wife, as soon as I got done, I already uploaded and processed it onto Buzzsprout, the podcast, and I was currently processing the video when my wife sent me another link that has the information in English. So I wanted to add it. So look at all the work I do for you. No. All right. So this is what she was talking about. And it is a woman. So yeah, so this is what she, I mean, the other article that I mentioned was the same one. It just didn't have too much information. So this was 2 hours ago, posted by the Daily Tribune, which is a Philippine news agency. All right, so reported contractor dead. And of course my son wants to message me. Okay, reported contractor dead. Just in, a 31-year-old licensed civil engineer, reportedly a contractor involved in joint venture projects, has died while undergoing treatment in the hospital. Her name is being withheld pending notification of her family. Initial investigation showed that at about 8 p.m., a passerby on a motorcycle saw a white Mitsubishi L300 registered to the victim that had fallen into a canal along a barangay road leading to Sitio Nagamarcan. So this vehicle is like a little carrier, like just like a little utility truck that barangays have and use. The witness sought help from the victim's relatives, who found her bleeding from a gunshot wound on the left back shoulder. Just one wound? Left back. Maybe it penetrated her lung. She was first brought by barangay officials to Dingras District Hospital, then transferred to something in Luwag City, and later to the hospital in Batok City. Despite medical efforts, she did not survive. Really? I don't want to talk about the medicine around here, but yeah, I don't think they're that. She got shot in the shoulder. I mean, Tupac got and 50 Cent got riddled, then they survived. In the back? I don't know. Maybe would have got her lung. I don't know. That's kind of like makes you wonder if like they let her. That seems like not a a lethal wound. But so that's it. That's what they got. So yeah. So there's a contractor. So now if you go down to the comments. Here's another link I might read. So you got a comment here. So she could be possibly a whistleblower, but they finished her off, which is what I was saying. And then here's another one. Dead men tell no lies. In this case, a dead engineer and a dead contractor. Yep. So very sad. Yeah. Knowing the where'd it go? Just like knowing the region and the type of job she knows. Yeah. So she knows something. They are using our money now to kill people. Probably right. They're using and they're paying, although it didn't seem very not a very good hit, honestly. You know, just one shot in the back and the shoulder. You would think if it was actually an assassin that was paid, it would have been a little more, make and finished her off and sure, you know what I mean? So it kind of makes me think it wasn't. It kind of makes me think that it was somebody who just knew who she was and just took matter into their own hands. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is just the same thing. So that's the link. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Let me go to the Daily Tribune. I think I get this newspaper sometimes. Yeah. So it's crazy. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of share that towards the end because I didn't really get a whole lot of information originally on the. So now I have to reprocess everything. You know me, I'm lazy. Anyway, let me know what you think. Give me some information. Let me know your opinions. Appreciate any kind of interaction and comments you may have, as long as it's positive. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate your time, and God bless. All right, bye.